Does Rondae Hollis-Jefferson deserve another chance in the NBA? Right now they are calling him the left-handed Kobe, the Kobe clone. In the FIBA World Cup, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson is kind of blowing up, and that is because he's coming off a game where he just scored 39 points, got 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. 39 points is the tournament high out of every single player so far. And not only that, he hit an and 1-3, a 4-point play with 10.7 seconds left to send it to overtime against New Zealand. After the game, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson said, "God was with me and Kobe was with me for sure." The first game in the tournament versus Greece, he also finished with 24 points. He went 7 for 11. He went 1 for 3 for 3. He had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 turnovers. And like I was saying against New Zealand, he had 39 points, 12 for 24, 1 for 4 for 3, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 6 turnovers. He was getting Kobe chance. So far in the tournament, he's averaging 31.5 points a game, 9 rebounds, and he's shooting 54.3% from the field. He's only 28 years old, so why isn't he in the NBA? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about it. But before we get started, remember to hit that like button because it helps the channel out a lot. And if you guys enjoy this, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Let's get into it. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson played 305 games in the NBA. In those games, he averaged 9 points a game, 5.5 rebounds a game, and 1.2 assists. He shot 45% from the field, but he only shot 21% for 3. He was drafted in 2015 by the Brooklyn Nets out of Arizona. He was drafted with the 23rd pick in a draft where we saw Cat, D'Lo, Porzingis, and Booker all taken. He spent 4 seasons with the Nets, and those were his best years. He played with the Nets from 2015 to 2019. In those years, he averaged 10 points a game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and shot 44%. But once again, he only shot 22% from 3. But this was also on less than 1 attempts per game. In the 4 seasons with the Nets, he averaged 8 field goal attempts per game, which was the most throughout his career. Because after he got done playing with the Nets, he only played 2 more seasons. One with the Toronto Raptors and one with the Portland Trail Blazers. With the Raptors, he played 60 games. He started 6 of them. In those games, he averaged 7 points, around 5 rebounds, and around 2 assists. He shot 47% from the field, but he only shot 13% from 3. Again, this was on less than a half attempt a game from 3. He only averaged 18.7 minutes with the Raptors and only shot about 5.5 times a game. The last year of his career was with the Portland Trail Blazers. With the Blazers, he only played 11 games. He only started 1 time, and in those games, he averaged 2.5 points, 2.5 rebounds, and around 1 assist per game. He shot 50% from the field, but didn't make a single 3 the entire season. So what happened to him? Why did he fall off so much after he got done playing with the Brooklyn Nets? Well, one key thing to point out is that he was listed as small forward for the Brooklyn Nets, and for the Raptors and the Trailblazers, he was listed at power forward. But this could be because of one reason: the inability to shoot threes. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson never had a season in the NBA where he even attempted more than 1 3 per game, and he never had a season where he averaged more than 0.2 threes made per game. Maybe earlier on in the NBA this wouldn't be a problem, but in the current NBA it's very hard for a wing player to not be able to shoot the ball. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson is 6'6". He weighs 217 pounds, which is why a lot of people are calling him a Kobe clone, because that is the same height as Kobe Bryant. He also wears number 24. His mid-range game is really nice, which is why he reminds a lot of people of Kobe. But unfortunately, throughout his career, he has not been able to shoot the 3. Hollis-Jefferson is playing really good in the FIBA World Cup, but does that mean that he could play in the NBA again? Rondae Hollis-Jefferson's best year in the NBA was his 3rd year in the league with the Brooklyn Nets, 2017 to 2018. He averaged a career high 14 points a game, a career high 7 rebounds a game, and a career high 2.5 assists per game. He shot 47% from the field and shot 24% from 3, which is also a career high. But once again, this was less than 1 attempt per game with 0.8. He played 68 games and started 59 of them, and he attempted 10.5 shots per game. Out of the 305 games that he played in the NBA, 234 of them were with the Brooklyn Nets. Out of the 154 games that he started in the NBA, 147 of them were with the Brooklyn Nets. It seemed like once he left the Nets, his career really died out, and that might be because he cannot shoot the 3. But first off, does Rondae Hollis-Jefferson even want to play for the NBA again? Who knows? But so far in the FIBA World Cup, he's proving that he could shoot the three, because in the last game against New Zealand, he made an and one three-pointer to send the game to overtime with 10.7 seconds left in the game. He's made a three in both of his first two games, and he's shooting about 29% from three, which would be his career high. But this could also be because he's probably the best player on his team for his country. In the NBA, it's a little bit different. He has the green light to do whatever he wants for his country, Jordan. And that's why we are seeing a Kobe play style. Because let's be honest, in the NBA, in order to play like Kobe and take the number of shots that Kobe did, you have to be really, really good. You have to be a superstar, which is why we kind of see Devin Booker in the same type of role. I know a lot of people don't like the Devin Booker to Kobe Bryant comparisons, but Devin Booker isn't an elite three-point shooter. His game is more in the mid-range area and slashing and getting layups. But Devin Booker is a superstar. Devin Booker was also drafted in the same year that Rondae Hollis-Jefferson was. They're around the same age. So maybe there is a possibility that Rondae Hollis-Jefferson could still make it back into the NBA. And it would be a really cool story, dominating in the FIBA World Cup, showing his worth again. He's still only 28 years old, which is pretty young. But I want to know what you guys think. Can Rondae Hollis-Jefferson make a comeback in the NBA? His last year in the league, he played for the Portland Trail Blazers in 2020-2021, and he had a rough season. The Blazers were pretty good. They finished 42-30 and finished 6th in the West. They made the playoffs, and their roster was pretty solid. They had Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Robert Covington, Derrick Jones Jr., Enes Kanter, Carmelo Anthony, Norman Powell, Rodney Hood, Anthony Simons, Gary Trent Jr., Yusuf Nurkic, which might be another reason why it was so hard for Rondae Hollis-Jefferson to get minutes. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson was also listed at power forward in the depth chart, and the power forward competition was tough. It was Robert Covington, Carmelo Anthony, and Nasir Little was also ahead of Rondae Hollis-Jefferson in the depth chart. At small forward position, it was Derrick Jones Jr., Norman Powell, and Rodney Hood. So it's very hard for Rondae Hollis-Jefferson to get some minutes. He only played a total of 107 minutes throughout the entire season for the Portland Trail Blazers. He only started one game, and he only played 11 games in total. And the one game he did start was against the Charlotte Hornets. Damian Lillard didn't play in that game. Derrick Jones Jr. also didn't play, which kind of opened up a spot for Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. He played 21 minutes in that game, but he went 1 for 5. He had 5 rebounds and 7 points, but he had the second lowest plus minus on the team, a -18, in a game where his team lost by 8 points to the struggling Charlotte Hornets. His best game in that season was a game right after that start, where he played 24 minutes, scored 5 points, and had 6 rebounds. He only attempted 1 3-pointer the entire year, and this was on a Portland Trail Blazers team that needed catch and shoot 3-pointers because of Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum's ability to create, which is why we saw a lot of minutes from Robert Covington and Carmelo Anthony. Maybe it was fit. Maybe the Blazers weren't the right team for Hollis-Jefferson, but I think his inability to shoot the 3-ball consistently or to even attempt the 3-ball in his career in the NBA is the reason that he's out of the league. So if there is a possible way for him to make the NBA again, I think in this FIBA World Cup he has to prove that he could stretch the floor and shoot threes. But that's even if he wants to try to make the NBA. Right now he looks like he's playing with joy and he's playing free. He's playing for his home country, and sometimes that's all a player really wants. We'll see as this develops with time if he even mentions wanting to play in the NBA again, because he might not even want to. But if he does, I think he needs to prove that he could shoot the 3. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. Just press something, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is ZT.